Feed me more. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hola, mi amigos. Me llamo el hombre grande Ryback. The big guy Ryback. That's what I just said, stupid. And welcome to another edition of Boozing with the Big Guy. Got our good pal here. Our good bucket of Coors Light and a Pabst Blue Ribbon bucket. Oh, nice here. We had a couple beers to pregame before we started. We'll probably do 4 beers tonight, guys. It's not a huge, not huge on the drinking, and but it's fun to have a few and relax. And then it's off to bed and up at 5 a.m. here. So this is kind of the end of a long day. And like we mentioned earlier, shut up and open the beer. Gotta have a beer. Big thirsty. Big hungry is thirsty. I appreciate you guys that make the comments for my gorilla hands. The beer I do. I am, the big guy is appropriately named. I'm just a big boned human being. I probably should have been like 6'5" or 6'6". I don't know why I stopped at 6'2". Luck of the draw. But I'm happy. I'm very happy. 6'2" is like the perfect wrestling height. I think because here's always my thing with wrestling. I always said that I was just tall enough to be a monster based off my demeanor and how I'm able to conduct and carry myself. Somebody smaller, and I don't want to name names, but like someone like Big E. I love Big E. He's a monster. He's huge. But he's a little shorter. Not by much, but just enough where I don't know if he crosses that line where it's just a weird thing. But there's also, you don't want to be so damn tall that you can't get sympathy on the guy. I really think it's a fine line. And I always felt that I was able to sell for guys appropriately. And no matter whether I was in there, usually with Big Show Kane and Great Khali and Mark Henry and guys like that, but big enough and strong enough and intense enough to be believable to kick their ass, but also be believable to get my ass kicked as well, which is huge for being a babyface, which is I actually ideally like being a babyface more than a heel because I love the energy a babyface can evoke from the crowd at the right times. Although being a heel and getting people riled up is a lot of fun, I enjoy the energy more than anything, the positive energy at that. But it's I have weird little things with wrestling. I always remember, and Psycho said before we get into the positive comments here today, I'm a big believer that if you have big traps, you increase your chances of getting over in wrestling. Because when I was a kid and I saw Psycho Sid Justice for the first time, and he was, I'm the master and ruler of the universe. And those big bulging traps, I fucking believed him. I thought he was the master and ruler of the universe as a little boy, as a little guy. I didn't know any better, but those traps, I'd never seen traps like that on a human being. And if Sid, with that long blonde hair and just freak height, veins popping out of his neck, and huge traps, says he's the master and ruler of the universe, who am I, little Ryback, to argue with that? So that was always my thing, that I do traps at least 2 times a week, 10 to 12 sets, many reps. And I've always had big traps. And I was really over. Shut up, you weren't over. You so ego. I beg to differ. All right, guys. Having a little fun. A little conversation here. A little conversation with the big guy right back. Speaking of which, subscribe to my podcast, available on all podcast platforms. That's the name of the show. All right, guys. We're not going to do negative comments this week. We counter-program the negative comments with the positive comments because I think the positive are far more important. And they may not be as necessarily as entertaining. Excuse me. But, you know, let's get into it. Excuse me. Ron Santano. Big thank you, by the way, to Kylie Galone, Kyback. She's and my graphic artist Fabrice. I have a great team of people around me, and there's a few others that have helped me tremendously with everything, with conversation with the big guy Ryback and Feed Me More Nutrition, and because it's a lot. You guys want to get a few wrinkles on your face, and if I grew my hair out, I've got good genetics. My dad doesn't. He's like 70. He's barely getting any gray hair, so I'll probably be all right on that for a bit. But I look like I'm fucking 56. The good news is I've looked like I've been 56 for like the last 10 years. So I'm hoping at like, I'm 37. I'm hoping at 40 I really start going like Benjamin Button it and go the other way. But until that time, I'm just really fucking mature. Okay, Ron Santano, first comment. Yo, I have been inspired by this man so many times because when he gets knocked down, he gets back up. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you very much, Ron. And actually, I got some Rocky quotes throughout the house. I have a lot of different posters and different positive things around my house that I'm a fan of that kind of inspire me and motivate me. And that's all life is. We're all going to get knocked down. Nobody goes throughout life and doesn't get knocked down. That is life. And the people that truly succeed are the ones that get up every time. Because the moment that one time you choose not to get back up, game over. Game over. And I would rather die than not get up. It's the only way I know. Thank you very much, though. And we all motivate each other, guys. The difference between successful people is their mindset, hard work, and let's not mistake. There's people that catch breaks in life. A lot of that comes, though, from a mindset. A lot of people don't understand why people get lucky. Luck is oftentimes has to deal with your mindset, which is why I'm a big fan of having a positive mental attitude more times than not. Because, guys, we all get negative. I get angry all the fucking time. I just catch it and I shift out of it as quickly as possible. I mean, I like the Hulk is the perfect fucking description of me, and not because of me, but like that I can shift really quickly. But I've worked on that tremendously as I've gotten older and tried to control it more and more. But I never want that to leave me. That's the reason for a lot of my success is being able to have that in me. But it's you got to get up. That's the name of the game. We all do, and we're all down, and we all start life at different fucking points. And some people are born into having 15 million in their bank account before they even get started this game of life. They got a whole other host of problems, guys, that we don't even understand. We could never understand. And like the whole entire human race hating their fucking guts. Imagine going through life like that. Oh, you were given $15 million. Fuck you. Like, does anybody ever think about the other end of that? Like that person has to deal with more hate than probably anybody. It has to deal with, are people your friends because they really like you, or they just like you because you have money? There's always two sides to the coin. All right, next message from Joe. Thank you for the review and the updates, Ryback. Your positive attitude gives me a positive attitude. Although I always come here in a positive mood, it is always good to see you and hear whatever knowledge you have to give. Thank you very much, Joe. And I like to have a good time. I like to laugh. I like to be sarcastic a lot of the times. And but it's you got to keep a positive mental attitude at the end of the day. There's been so much stuff, and that's happened to me, and that some people may not look at and would not call ideal. Like my dog Sophie breaking her back 6 times since last February and having disc disease and can't play. And I got to take her out on a leash. I got to carry her up and down the stairs. She can only be in a crate for a few hours at a time. Little dog, little bladder. I don't want her pooping and peeing on herself. She's not happy being in a cage all the time. She likes being out and being around me. And a lot of people, and then talking to the specialty center, and a lot of people put their dogs down after they break their back for the second time, statistically, anyways, from the place that I go to, the only place in Vegas for Sophie. And but I look at it like I look at that negative situation, or what people would look at it as a negative situation. I looked at it in a positive because I try to look at everything in my head. Everything that happens to us happens for our favor and benefit. And if we could accept that right away, and it's easier said than done, but if you could accept it right away that whatever just happened to us happened for our favor and benefit, we will come out of it far quicker and sooner with a positive solution than if we dwell and focus on the negative. And all that does is delay until some people never get out of that mindset, but it only delays until eventually you realize that doesn't work. And then you have to accept whatever happened for your favor and benefit. But if we just keep that in our heads at all times to start off, we could shift out of really negative things really quickly. And so that's something I consciously try to do. And it's difficult, don't get me wrong. But I looked at it with Sophie, like with her back, just giving an example. I have to slow down. I can't travel. I have to get better. My back, I needed to stop wrestling. I didn't want to. And it forced me to. And it's limited me on certain things, but it forced me how to learn to make money without even being able to travel and do things and use I can't use my wrestling name to do appearances because I can't border or do anything. So it shifted my mind and to, okay, well, what can I do to grow my business and my podcast and everything I'm doing right now, focus more on my investments to keep revenue coming in, because I can't now just go do what I was doing on certain things along with everything else. And it worked tremendously. And at first it wasn't easy, but I just kept trying, keep going. And eventually it all worked out because I kept the right attitude throughout it. So I get motivation from you guys. I love people who love making people feel good. And I have no respect for people that like to make other people feel bad through comments and things online. I just don't think, because like I said, we all don't like things. We all see things we don't like. But to stop and actually choose to put that on somebody is, I just don't respect it personally. That's just me. All right, Chris Dropolich. I hit the like button before it even started, LOL. I think I do that almost every time because I know I'm going to like the video before I even watch it. Haha. Or maybe I'm just a fan. Chris, I greatly appreciate it. I have no problem with you doing that before. I think if you watch some of my videos, you guys get an understanding of who and what I am. And I'm not this big, bad, evil person that maybe some people want to believe I am. Maybe I am, I don't know. But it's I appreciate the love and the support. That was one thing, guys, too, with me. And it's unfortunate when I left WWE and walked out with everything. That company did not like that. And they have, if you guys, and there's something I noticed, they have working agreements with the Sportster and the Bleacher Report. And the Sportster in particular is, in my opinion, and if you know anything about that place, that publication, it's just complete hogwash bullshit. And it's made up stuff, and they put out false headline after false headline article about me to try to run my name into the ground when I left WWE. Had to get an attorney and have, I don't think we had 15 different articles taken down that were up for a long time, spreading around through Facebook. And I remember I kept getting more and more hate when those articles coming out, and things like, one was like, Ryback is the worst at meet and greets and treats fans horribly. Never the case. Ask any promotion I've ever worked with, it's the opposite of that. But little things like that, and I knew when it all happened. I tried to just keep that in my mind, and I got really angry. Don't get me wrong. It's not fun when people are trying to damage you and hurt you. I go, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm going to win this out because I'm me. I'm genuine. I'm real. I'm going to continue to be me. It's going to take a little bit of time. It might take years to overcome all this, but when it does, it's going to be a fucking paradigm shift, and it's going to fucking come back in my favor, and it already has. So, and that's where just be you, be yourself, and man, thank you. I appreciate the great comment. Soul Rebel. I'm so happy I found this channel. You're inspiring as fuck. Keep up the awesome work, big guy. Thank you very much, Soul Rebel. I appreciate the love and the support. Big swig for the working man. Ah, the double A. Good old Arn Anderson. I love Arn Anderson. He's a hell of a man. Hell of a man. I'm happy he's with AEW, him and Dean Malenko. I like both of them a lot. Two great producers. I'm really proud of you, the double A. I'm really proud I'm your subscriber. I really sure your channel will be big and phenomenal one day. People remember you every time. Will remember you every time, big guy. Thank you, double A. We're doing a little bit of different stuff on here right now. The podcast and the workouts are going to be the main things, ideally, for the channel. And along with a lot of this other content that we're doing, doing ASMR videos and the explanation on that for you guys so you understand what I'm doing on that. One, it allows me to have fun and kind of be silly and kind of just try different things. It's fun. But the goal here is, and when I left WWE, they've tried to force me to hand over all my social media. They did not want me having any of this. And which we had, my attorney told them to fuck off, and they fucked off. And but they're bullies. And I knew the power that I had in my hands, and the health stuff just had to get situated first. But what I'm doing is essentially, wrestling fans are fans of a lot of other things, and YouTube is TV, and everyone's on here. And so what we're doing is trying to hit different target audiences in different areas. You know, people that watch ASMR videos, and then a Ryback ASMR video pops up on there. Oh, I didn't know what happened with that guy. And then, oh, he has a YouTube channel. And that's part of the reason why the channel is growing the way that it is because we're doing different types of content to try to get people that did know me to come to my channel and see everything that I'm doing. And at the end of the day, and it's to have relationships with everybody that I lost from TV, because you could have actually a better relationship here than you could have on TV. And I think you guys would all agree, we have much better communication right now than if you're watching me wrestle on WWE or wherever, right? We all have this tool in this thing, so it's simply taking advantage of that and everything that I'm doing with Feed Me More Nutrition and conversation with the big guy Ryback. And man, he has a podcast. Oh, he has a lot of cool guests on the show. Shit interviewer, but we like the guest. So that's kind of, I was very transparent with everything that I do. And having fun and trying to get some of my fans back here on YouTube that we got this going. Anthony Okiki, congratulations on getting 100,000, Ryback. You best believe we're coming for that million. You're damn right we are, pal. We are coming for 1 million and much, much more. I can only imagine if I made this back in 2012. I could have done videos every car ride, done a little 30-minute video every night, just conversation with the big guy after I listened to my audiobook, and I was just in a different, there was so much I didn't know at that point and didn't want to. I think too, with a lot of wrestlers, they're afraid to show their real personality. And I always wanted to show my real personality. What I do now is what I always wanted to do. And you actually saw a little bit of that with Ryback, which was a lot of that wasn't put on TV because it was highly entertaining. It was on WWE.com most of the time. And that was a lot more of my personality with Curtis Axel. And that was the best Curtis has ever. He was allowed to be himself, and us being silly and how we act when we'd have beers on the bus and whatever we were doing, tagging for when we did. And I think sometimes guys are afraid to show anything outside of what they do on TV. I look at it like this. I could sit here and talk with a lisp and be, you silly goose, damn it. Stop it. I could talk like that on here because I'm really fucking tough. And when that red light is on and I got to go fight, or I just have to go fight, the demeanor switches and you believe. That's called being really good at what you do. And if guys don't do that, that's just because they're not really good at what they do. Okay. Shut up, Ryback. You're stupid. You suck. That's how I always imagine people that hate me. I imagine they get really mad and talk really loud when they type. Derek Williams. Love Ryback TV. Keep grinding. You know it, my man. and moving forward. I'm going to check out the supplements. Thanks for all you do. Fist bump, Derek. Thank you very much, and you guys can check out Feed Me More Nutrition on feedmemore.com and Amazon, but save 20% on feedmemore.com with discount code YouTube20. My gift to you. We have a money back policy on the supplements. If you don't like it, we'll give you your money back. I sell the real deal, guys. This isn't a scam. This isn't a bullshit thing. This is the real deal. Started with 3 supplements with my own money. Put hundreds of thousands of dollars into this. And it's all worked out. We are in the green. We are clear and in the green. And we are running wild. We're running wild, brother! As my good buddy the Hulkster would say. And what you gonna do when Feed Me More Nutrition runs wild on you, brother? And I got my Ryback Rules shirt on. I always loved the Hulk rules. Hulk's rule. I think they switched it. He came back to WWE when I had this, and it said Hulk's rules. I always thought it was Hulk rules, which it probably was. And I bow down. This was stolen from him completely. It wasn't. This was not anything original on my part. That was Feed Me More was done though, and I needed a new little slogan. And I figured, well, I'm going to be a bully. I like the bully from Billy Madison. O'Doyle rules. So it was Ryback rules. But Ryback didn't rule shit because he lost like 4 pay-per-views in a row. No, I beat Jericho actually once. So thanks, Chris. That was nice of you. With a sweet schoolboy. A win is a win. Moving on. I love Jericho. He's the man. All right. Matt Bell, Ryback TV, thank you for taking time, my friend. I'm going to hit that subscribe button for the first time. LOL, keep being positive, man. People look up to you. Hope you get through your recovery and get back in that ring. Hell with Feed Me More. Get back in there and fucking yell out, feed me, everybody. That sounds really goddamn good. Thank you very much, Matt. We will see what the future holds. The guy needs to get some help on this supplement stuff. I'm running morning and night. I'm burning the candle on both ends and the front. Ooh. But life is great, so I'm very happy, and we will see what happens. It's my video. I should probably do it. Probably call out anybody I want to call out on here, right? Probably. I mean, should I? I've already said, I've said what I want match-wise. I want Hunter, I want Brock, and I want Goldberg. And I think, though, for me, and I'm very confident in this, I want Goldberg's last match. I think that is a match that needs to 100% happen. I think Bill's a great guy. I think I'm the one that will get the best match with Bill of all time. You know why? Because it fucking is something I have to do. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I've said it, though. I've said it a few times. So that to me is the one match that needs to happen. Moving on. Krishan, my buddy Krishan. Krishan Cologne, once again, I'm going to start handing out business cards with Ryback's YouTube info and his supplement line as well. You deserve the recognition, big guy. Krishan, thank you very much, my man. That's very kind of you. And we're doing good. We're growing. We're growing monthly. The last 3 months have been consecutively our best months ever. And we are now, with everything on with the marketing, getting between our return on ad spend is anywhere from 6 to 7 times what I'm putting in on marketing, which is a very solid number, really respectable number. And so obviously you don't have to be a genius for that, but if I'm making 6 to 7 times on my ad spend, the more money I put in, the more money I'm making, and the more money I'm making, the more money I could put in, which starts that snowball effect of a lot of good things happening, which is what you're seeing, why the line is expanding. very quickly now, and things that we're doing. It's because of you guys. And that's my too. Thank you. You guys too. For me, and I'm very transparent as I've always been on everything. I always wanted to do Feed Me More Nutrition for a very long time. And one of the reasons, though, when I left WWE, this is very personal to me. This is about, see, wrestling doesn't fucking matter, guys. Guys can go out here, and you guys got to understand this. And I say that in this context. You can leave WWE, EC3, perfect example, right? You can leave WWE and go kill yourself and go make a name for yourself and make yourself into a main event wrestler, and then you go back to WWE, and what happened to EC3? Bobby Lashley did a lot of amazing things, and he went back to WWE. They're in the same little thing as everyone else. You know how you don't end up in that? Where you go out and you fucking build power one way or another. Brock Lesnar left and went and tried to do football, and that didn't quite work out. But what he was doing was trying to figure out a way to get money and to get power through things that he liked. And ultimately it worked out where he went to UFC, became the heavyweight champion, made a shit ton of money, and had power. CM Punk left and tried to kind of do something similar with that. It didn't quite work out as well on that end on him, but that was the plan. And that's my opinion on that as far as, and for me, in the injuries though, but my game plan was that do things that I could do and be passionate about. The name of the game is power in wrestling. You see, this wrestling shit doesn't really matter, guys. I killed myself for that fucking company and made them so much, probably hundreds of millions of dollars. So much money. Ton of money. And I don't have an exact figure. A lot more than I made, though. Not one phone call, nothing. They don't give a fuck about anything. And that's just the nature of the beast. But this thing grows, and everything I'm doing grows, and I don't need that anymore. Guess what? I have leverage. You can go back, you can do things, because you don't need to be a bitch for the money. And that's my opinion. And also, part of this is with Vince. He failed at IcoPro. I will not fucking fail at Feed Me More Nutrition. You old fucking man. I'd rather fucking die than fail at this. Truth. Moving on. Joe Palladino. Have always been a fan. Your positive outlook is motivating. Big guy's always hungry, Joe. And I get very intense at times, and I'm very, very passionate about certain things. So, and I love my fans more than anything. I love you guys, and I thank you guys for all the support and being here for me throughout all of this. And the best way, too, guys, for wrestling, the quicker Feed Me More Nutrition grows and the bigger Feed Me More Nutrition gets, and everything I just told you, the more power I have and the more options I have. So now that I'm getting my health in line, and the workout videos are starting this week, so I'm 300 pounds, and I'm lean still. I've put on a bit of weight, though, and lifting. I'm 3 full weeks of working out now, and we're going to see. I'm going to probably start cutting pretty soon. I don't actually I'm heavy right now. And I was thinking, I might go to 310, and I'm going to see, because I haven't even started lifting heavy yet, and the muscle's going to start coming on even more, but because it's already coming on, and you'll probably just tell how massive I am right now. But we'll see what happens, and then cut down, and because it's just not being that heavy, it's hard on your joints and everything, and I feel great right now, but I'm not even trying, I could eat way more than I'm eating, and my body's bouncing back, switching to carbs, and have Stan Efforting on the podcast this week with Conversation with the Big Guy Ryback. That's worth tuning into, guys. But that's it for the comments this week, I believe, guys. A lot of good comments. I think we had 13 of them there, 13 or 14. And appreciate it as always. I love you guys. And I think it's important just be good human beings, treat each other well as much as we can. And at the same time, guys, don't put up with bullshit. And that's something I think is important. And I talked about this before on the podcast. And I think it's in trying to be loving and caring and respectful to people. And I always use Dr. Martin Luther King, and I have a poster of him hanging up upstairs. And, as far as turning the other cheek goes, he got shot dead also. So there's a fine line. You know what I mean with all of that? And you may not agree with that, but I always kind of look at it, well, like, you can't let people take advantage of you. You got to know when to stand up for yourself. You got to know when to fucking put your fist down. You got to know when to say no. And so that's, to me, it's, but hold doors open for people. Say hello, smile every once in a while. And don't be an asshole for no reason. I think that sums it up. And if we just use technology to make people feel good, we're going to feel better. But if we use technology to try to make people feel bad, I promise you, you're going to feel worse. And I'm left with not having a close again. I'm really bad at the boozing with the big guy. I don't know how to really end these. That's two times in a row with boozing with the big guy that I just dumb as fuck. Have a nice go home positive message. And I almost did like the stupid smile again. See you guys next time. See you next time, guys. On the spot right now. Sophie's sitting here staring at me. Daddy. She has to go to the bathroom, actually. That's what I could tell that look. She woke me up this morning. And at 5 a.m. when I got up, she actually got up. It was a little bit, it might have been like 4:57, something before my alarm went off. She was standing. She stands up, and she's just staring at me. She's like on my leg. She likes to lie in between my legs in the bed at night, like a little in between my legs, and a little guy lies right by my side. And if you guys have dogs and they lie with you at night, they don't move. So sometimes I wake, I'm all contorted in there, but they'll usually, little guy will just stand on my chest when he wants to go. And I got to hop up and hurry up and take them downstairs and put her, because I got to keep her on the leash. I can't open the door and let them run downstairs because she can't do that anymore. So gonna have to hire a full-time dog nanny eventually. Or something. There's gonna be something that's gonna have to be done, because I can't travel or do anything. But we're gonna get it situated. Main thing is she was there for me with all my injuries, gave me unlimited love, so I have to be there for her, and that's called being a good human being. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, you've just watched another edition of Boozing with the Big Guy. Feed me more. Hey guys, it's the Big Guy Ryback, and I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Go ahead and punch that like, smash that subscribe button, and check out my all-natural supplement line. Supplement. Stupid! My all-natural supplement line, Feed Me More Nutrition, available on Amazon and feedmemore.com. And as always, Conversation with the Big Guy Ryback, available on all podcast platforms, iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and wherever podcasts are available. Never forget, feed me more.
Thank you for tuning in to this segment of Ryback's Conversation with the Big Guy. Watch full episodes here on YouTube. Subscribe if you're new. Smash that like button if you had a great time watching. And for all supplements, check out feedmemore.com.